like to play with.
Rite of passage, classic habit, matching the guessing. Ooh, that's right.
Todorokisにしようと。
Inside this
まあとりあえず初めましてかなエンデバ だよ俺はよ。すげえ悲しいよ。愛精神俺にはどうでもいい。
History that they may prove, and when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures come to kill the king upon his throne, I'm ready for their stones. I'll dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands above my head, head, head. Like Jesus said, I'm gonna dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands above my head. Dance together, forgive him before he's dead, because I won't cry for you.
いずれ話せる機会が来るだろう。その時までせいぜい頑張れ。死ぬんじゃねえぞ轟エンジ。今日まで元気でいてくれてありがとうエンデバー。地獄で俺と踊ろうぜ。なあお父さん。
Dum dum da da da, dum dum da da da, da 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 da. Dum dum da da da. Love is just a history that they may prove, and when you're gone, I'll tell them my religion's you. When punctures come to kill the king upon his throne, I'm ready for their stones.
どうやって
I'll dance, dance, dance with my hands, hands, hands above my head, head, head. Like Jesus said, I'm gonna dance, dance.
Immortal she returned to
Let's talk about Dabi's complete past. So the chapter starts off with All For One's doctor explaining how people like Dabi were recruited to try to be All For One's vessel. We see an 11-year flashback to when Dabi was completely burning himself up in the forest. After Dabi was completely burnt up, All For One found his burned body on the ground, and after a good amount of time, Dabi woke up in the hospital. And it seems that Dabi's burns were so bad that even his vocal cords were changed with him not recognizing his own voice. And it's also revealed that Dabi has been asleep for a whole 3 years. Dabi explains he has to get back home to his family, and the people at the hospital tell him that's not possible. The doctors explain that Toya's body is now a lot weaker than it once used to be, and that it can no longer handle his true power. And it's also said that his body can no longer feel pain. And that's when a voice through a monitor comes through, which I can only assume is All For One, where he says that he can restore Dabi's flames to their full glory. It's shown that Dabi ended up burning down the hospital he was staying at, and he was marked as a failed experiment. Many years later, Dabi returns to the League of Villains, where he reveals that they were probably going to turn him into a Nomu if he kept staying there. Dabi also informs the doctor that the reason he is back is because he thinks this is the perfect place for his funeral. And it said that the only reason he was still alive was just purely due to his hatred. It's also shown that Dabi did try to return back to the Todoroki family, but after realizing that they thought he was dead, he realizes Toya Todoroki was dead and Dabi is now born. And in the final panels, it's shown that Dabi's ultimate goal is to kill himself and kill everybody around him with his flames. So Dabi was able to burn down an entire forest as a kid, and his flames are stated to be stronger than Endeavor's. Imagine what Dabi can burn down now if he goes all out with his flames. If Todoroki doesn't kill him, he may potentially be able to destroy and burn an entire city, killing everyone in it. Let's talk about the final battle between Dabi and Todoroki. So the chapter starts off with a flashback in Class 1A discussing how they're going to deal with Dabi, and Todoroki says that he'll take full responsibility over him. And then we get revealed a new special move that Todoroki has been working on that balances out his ice powers and his fire powers. Todoroki explains the secret of his new ability, which is him freezing his left half and burning his right half at the exact same time to create cold and warm blood that circulates throughout his body, creating equilibrium. Essentially, he's creating a cold fire. And then we cut straight back to Dabi and Todoroki fighting. We see that with this newfound power, Todoroki is absolutely demolishing Dabi, and even Dabi states that Todoroki is a perfect counter to his abilities. However, Dabi doesn't go down so easily, with him releasing a move causing flames to erupt from the ground, burning everyone. We then get to see this amazing panel where Todoroki reflects back on all his friends and thanks them for everything they've done. And then Todoroki grabs Dabi, telling him to stop all of this, and then releases his ultimate move called Great Arctic Tsunami. In the very last panel we get to see is Todoroki holding Dabi in his arms, with the entire city in the back frozen. I think this chapter was definitely one of the best chapters My Hero has ever released. Todoroki always seemed like an underwhelming character, but this chapter helped him develop his character in so many ways. And I think this is an amazing conclusion to Dabi's character as well.